What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to our channel. My name is Leo.
My name is Andy, and today we're checking out The Boys. And today we're checking out The Boys. Storror Top 10 Controversial Parkour Moments. You excited?
You think it's controversial? I can't even say it.
Controversial?
Controversial.
What do I think? What is controversial?
The parkour moments.
Yo, shout out to everyone that suggested the video, bro. I can't with this man. Hey.
What is going on? I haven't seen that.
It's my brain right now. It's all over the place.
Hold on. This is very loud in my headphones right now.
Huh?
Yeah, for me at
10
least.
for you lot.
We're going to be reliving our most controversial moments. This list could be longer and dirtier, perhaps.
Yeah, our Bales video got taken off YouTube.
So with the window.
We're going to try and keep this one
I don't know.
YouTube
Is that a window?
Is that a painting?
Definitely a painting,
This is our
bro. What
top
a
10
window.
most controversial and savage.
You can't tell me it don't look like a window, bro.
Because it has the same color inside as the walls. That's why it looks like a window, but it's not the window, Chief.
List.
This man needs glasses, bro.
straight out of Seoul.
This is the second time we went to Seoul, so we're actually on a job for Cisco right now.
Me and Max weren't needed for the kind of shot that was going on right now. We were having problems with security on the roof already.
We're back on the pipe roof that we've now been kicked off 3 times. Desperately trying to get one of the last shots.
We're also like trying to distract the security from you guys that were filming the main stuff. Very hot on security. And when we came back, it seemed like the security guards had doubled.
There was easily like 6 or 7, maybe even close to 10 security guards, all kind of like floating around this rooftop, looking for Max and Drew, who are just like literally up and over, ducking under vents, over these little gaps, running away from them.
Oh, no, come on. Okay. Oh, come on.
We were on vents, like trying to hide from them, and eventually they cornered, and there was no way out. And me and Max kind of had to communicate between us, like what we're gonna do. Yeah, we just had a little moment where we realised the door was open. Just counted down 3, 2, 1, and both bolted as fast as we could.
I mean, I kind of would have closed the door.
A little 3 to 1, a little look.
We definitely startled some like women.
Yeah.
What was that moment like between you two when you obviously like made that eye contact? How did you know which door you were going to? Was it just the obvious?
It presented
It
itself.
presented itself.
Me, Benjamin and Hazal were shooting elsewhere at the spot, and it fully gave us the time to like get the shots we needed to finish the whole project. But then we got a text saying like we had to run, guys, like watch out.
Literally
Yeah, I mean, usually like we would always talk to security and have a conversation with them, but in this specific situation, it was so much easier just to get out there.
You managed to collect clips at the same time as avoiding security whilst distracting the security.
I don't know how we managed it. It was just like a game.
I think I was laughing the whole way, laughing now.
What is going on? I haven't seen this.
Full episode, guys, full episode of this on Join. Go back a few months.
This is where they caught us, and at this moment we're trying to just be like, it's fine.
It was like, wait, what do you do?
Sorry, security guards. We're just doing our job.
In a different country.
Next on the list, starring Joshua Burnett.
This story's never been told yet.
Untold story. We were doing a brand deal for Simba.
Great brand.
Yeah, really cool brand deal. Kind of stuck with us, that one. But we were shooting in Red Hill, my hometown. Our whole objective was to jump off of rooftops onto
that's
mattresses,
right.
basically, super high rooftops. And the day was going well, it was all going good, and we kind of got to a point where we were kind of looking for another location to go to. And at that point, I was working at a leisure centre in Red Hill called Donnings, and I was a gymnastics coach. And I was just like, you know what? I'd probably be alright to jump off that roof. I don't know what I was thinking.
You've been working there for like 3-4 years prior to
yeah.
so you're like a steady job, and obviously at that stage we're not making a lot of money from parkour, so this job is really helping me get by.
Sure, it was definitely a big impact.
But you were the one who suggested the logo.
And I suggested it. I don't know what.
How do you even think about that?
I don't know what was going through my head at any point. We sat with the mattresses.
Oh, that roof looks nice to jump off
Yo,
of.
Leo, you know the job I've been working at for like 4 years, bro? I think we could parkour off it,
It
bro.
has the perfect roof, bro. There's a bunch of air vents, bro. There's a bunch of tubes and wires that I have no idea where it goes to, bro, but it looks fire.
But there's probably cameras everywhere too, but yo, it's worth it, bro.
Yeah.
Content, baby.
Yeah, for sure.
Take a risk.
Uh-huh.
We do the jump, it's all going well. No one's coming
No.
out. And I kind of
Think about it, bro. I technically quit my job in a way for you to work
To do
better.
to do parkour.
Well, not entirely the parkour part of it, but just to do YouTube more. Isn't that weird? Like just to schedule myself. The things you do for YouTube.
kind of start seeing.
How does
maybe
a
saw
rooftop
someone go,
and you what?
Quitting. He got fired. I quit. I'm just saying, it's crazy the things you do for YouTube. Like the risk you take.
Yeah, but they're jumping off the roof because they do parkour.
But
you left your job to do YouTube. How does that how does that make sense?
because he pushed the YouTube videos, the parkour into YouTube, genius. This is before he just said it, before they were making like bread. They literally would record to put it on YouTube. And Buddy got fired. The same way I'm trying to quit my job, like I did, so that I can do YouTube full time someday. What's so hard to understand?
I was like,
I don't parkour, doesn't mean I
5
can't do
minutes later,
YouTube.
when I'm then standing on top to then jump,
Yeah.
a guy who I work with was just like, Josh.
Is that we're gonna have to drop this parkour video soon, so this guy can get off my back, so I can say I quit my job, so I can parkour and do YouTube. My God.
What's going on? And I was just like, sorry, mate, I got to do this.
Josh, mate, what are you doing? I know I'm
Oh my
Got
God.
off and then left,
Awkward.
and then he's just like, mate, you're going to be hearing from us. And I got fired.
See? So he didn't leave the job. He was still working at the job, and then he got
So I had a
fired.
class in the morning, it was like a parent toddler class. Turn up, someone else is like wearing the clothes and stuff. He's like, mate, maybe go speak to the guys upstairs, Josh. You're fired, mate.
They didn't even tell you.
Nah.
So with the phone on the floor, is that your phone?
Crazy as well.
I don't
It's
know.
like we had a massive band and we had to drive
Simba.
like 10 mattresses out
It was
the
an
back.
operation. Great project though.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
Simba.
Simba, come on, hit us up again, let's do it.
We've actually got roof gaps, which since that job we've thought, oh, this would be a good Simba location. Stuff
Yeah.
you'd never do without the mattresses.
So any mattress
Yeah.
company, if you've got some old mattresses, send them our way and make a sick video.
Get us up, come on.
Oh, next one's an absolute personal favourite. It's a story that's sort of been roughly told before.
Back in 2015.
Supertramps Thailand, the arrest.
This is a time where we maybe used to drink a little too much.
Recreational drinks.
This was our wild era as well. Like this time, we were all savages.
Animals.
Certified savages.
Wild animals.
A little bit of context. That night we made friends with a woman who owned a chicken sandwich shop, and we were sleeping in her shop for some reason. Went out for some bevies at a bar. A lot of us came home earlier. Who was in the early group?
I mean, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're the first ones back.
I remember getting as far away from the last group that were just creeping happily on the
So we were staggering home. This was like a couple of minutes walk away from this bar we were at.
So we were drunk, stumbling home, ended up knocking over a moped, and two of us decided to run. Max and I ran, Callum decides to talk to the guy.
No, we were running away for like a few blocks first.
You ran as well?
Yeah, we ran away for like 5 minutes, like being stalked by this guy on a moped.
I can still hear mopeds searching for
You know
Right
how
now,
scary that
Sam.
is, bro?
And then he came down as well, and like in my drunken stupor, just kind of like stopped thinking I can talk to him. Just like, all right, and those two, like rightfully so, just kept sprinting up. I was like this, and he got off his moped and just like started laying into me. Like I got like several punches in the face. I just not wanting to like fight back. He just like held me and just like escorted me to the closest like kiosk where there's police or something.
You ended up in a dog kennel.
Wait, what?
It was a police station.
We got back to the chicken shop. Callum just nowhere to be seen.
This man was in a dog cage? Yo, remind me never to knock over someone's, what is it, moped?
In Thailand?
In Thailand.
Got you, man.
Pissed enough to just fall asleep. And then in the morning when you still hadn't arrived, it was like, that was when the alarm bells were.
I was waking up throughout the night and then looking around and Callum still hadn't arrived.
Callum's gone.
Just something like really like nasty was settling in. all throughout the night and realising that Callum still hadn't come home.
He hasn't been much beaten up.
Did you think to check the hospitals first?
Man got beaten up and put in a dog kennel.
Or the police
Straight
station?
to the police station.
Yeah, I had no idea
For a
whether I was
moped.
found. But yeah, it looks like a dog kennel in the video.
So you could stand up in there?
You could stand, it was a big room.
Imagine it was like that.
Yeah, it's like a bird cage.
It did open into like, it was just a concrete floor with like a stagnant piss hole in the corner.
Oh. Paid the damages and then you got let out fine, I guess.
Yeah. Fast forwarding a few years.
Deported from India. Well, not officially deported, but the newspapers said.
Well, boys.
This is a
Well,
personal
boys.
favourite. This story is brilliant. God almighty.
It started off with such a great day. Yeah, so we were in India to do a TED talk that we never actually got to do because of what happened. On one of the days before we were doing the TED talk, we were filming the Mumbai POV. One of the clips in that went viral. Later on in the week, we're having a jam. Me and Josh get confronted by 3 plainclothes police officers.
I think Josh and Drew got in trouble.
Did they really?
Sure, Grace just got a message.
Me and Josh kind of started to get a little bit worried about like who these guys were.
We didn't really get it at first. They kind of
so
approached us and we were like, what's going on? And then 2 girls we were like, oh, they're police. And we were like, what? As they started kind of explaining vaguely, we kind of got an inkling it was to do with our parkour.
We were all over the news, we were in the news that night, we were in the papers, just the rooftop stunts that we've been doing throughout the whole trip, the POV. Had just caught fire in India and it was just becoming this big social kind of like media storm and it was getting really messy. The police didn't know how to deal with it.
We got to the point where we were just like, I don't know, like, we should probably just go. Right?
We should get out.
Yeah, we should just get out and just leave. Like, they don't have any power to take us.
And at that stage it was still like a fairly casual conversation.
Yeah.
So we were just sort of like, okay, we're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Got up, started walking out of this hotel. By the time we got down to the bottom of the drive, they started shutting the gates, like running afterwards, like physically restraining.
Physically restraining. And that's the point we started to get quite agitated. We were like, what are we doing? Like, what have we done?
Okay, stop. You stay here. Yeah, okay, don't touch me. Okay, I'll stay here.
Like, we've done some roof jumps, but it's not warranting arresting us or taking us away. So we're like, one thing started to lead to another.
I'm like, yeah, if you're caught in action, then yeah.
Said the gates were closing.
Like,
at this point, we got a real desperate call from, I think, Drew, and it was like, no, guys, you've got to come. Like, they're not letting us leave. We're in like a real situation here.
We were escorted to the police station in like a riot.
So right now we're in a police van. We're currently getting arrested even though we're not under arrest. Classic scenario that we seem to find ourselves in.
I remember turning up thinking, all right, it can't be that bad. Like, surely we'll just be able to grab the guys and sort of just head off back to our hotel. When we turned up, the mess, people shouting everywhere, it was horrible.
It was horrible. By that point, you two were fuming.
You've never dealt with police that were so completely unreasonable and just weren't willing to understand what we were saying at all. And it's just like treating us like criminals, like seriously dangerous criminals, like literally forcing Josh into a van.
Yeah, for some reason I just flipped out. Given the situation, I just felt so angry.
Yeah. I mean, fast forward that night, like all of us were on that level.
Yeah.
The media were affecting everything. The media were essentially like putting the police on the spot and saying, what are you going to do with these Brits that have come and broken the rules?
In the police station, just went on hours after hours after hours, and at one point they were like, you've got to do a hotel kind of lockdown.
When we left the actual police station, the amount of cameras and like media that were actually on us taking photos.
That's the thing that took so long. That's why we were in the police station for the longest time.
12 hours.
They had to wait for a window or like to go out a certain way, like where there was no paparazzi. And there was one point where like I fell asleep like on this bed in another room where everyone else was. And then there was the window where everyone was rushed out. And I must have woke up like 2 minutes after you guys left, and I rushed out. I was like, where the fuck are they?
We were there from like 6 p.m. to 4 a.m.
And there was
with no information.
But they were like, right, now's the time. So we all just jumped up and they made like a weird tunnel for us.
Heads down.
Over our heads. And then as we ran out, suddenly there's flashes.
Oh, guys, I missed that.
We were in the car. We were
pretty
like 10
cool,
minutes
not gonna lie,
drive
so
away.
much
Finally, we're going back to the hotel. Callum. Where's Callum? And then all of a sudden it dawns on us that we're not going back to the hotel. They're driving us to this another police station that's kind of near the airport. That's like higher security. Or something.
All these lads are policemen following us into the airport. So fed up right now.
And then when we realised, we were like screaming at them, their faces was went.
Nothing.
Because they've been lying to us for hours, telling us that this is the plan.
Yeah.
You're going back to the hotel and you just have to stay there until your flight home.
Why are we at the airport? Why are we at the airport? They were just like kind of
Heads down, just like,
why are we at the airport?
And because I was the only one that wasn't caught on the rooftop at the time and wasn't on the roofs, like I had this weird free pass for the whole time. So I was able to leave the van, leave the police station.
That's where there's that clip of you of like overly epic music when you walking in slow motion.
So good. And we ended up just being like, whatever, give us our stuff, we'll believe this one.
Didn't even do the TED Talks in the end.
Yeah.
Just
very bad.
We weren't actually deported, but
technically,
but we were.
Yeah, we were escorted the whole way through the airport onto the plane.
Getting changed in our hotel, like repacking clothes, getting changed and stuff. They were still watching us do
Bro, why so many, bro?
Next up, we've got Tokyo, just as a whole, basically. We spent 2 weeks there on Roof Culture Asia. If you haven't watched that film, go and watch it.
Check it out.
Yeah, we found out on day one that the police there don't take no shit. As most of you know, Roof Culture was a project where we did parkour at the top of skyscrapers on all the rooftops of Hong Kong.
Bro, I can't wait till we do that.
It's one of the very few places in the whole world where trespass is actually a criminal offence. We didn't know that. On day one, we didn't find out because of trespass. We found out because you were just warming up on it.
Yeah, it's warming up, swing around a little pole. The pole then fell down. I was like, ooh. So I conveniently
You're so young.
We're walking towards the station to obviously go to our first spot or whatever. And then like literally like an army of policemen just come over and just kind of like come over and talk to us, and we're just like, what the hell?
So many policemen for just an accident, really.
Yeah.
And that's when we realised that Tokyo after that is going to be very, very hard.
Look at this. Just for snapping a pole, we've got.
We spent the first week.
Dang! Yo, but how many, bro? What's up?
We've got
Snapping a pole.
Like 20 of them. 20 of them just right.
Citations. Yeah, you're getting billed
What are you
for
writing
this.
on yours? Can I copy yours?
You're getting billed for this.
Week of Tokyo doing ground stuff to kind of like you got to be
What in
practicing
the
ground
heck,
sections
bro?
to go up high
You took
first.
too many steps.
There are literally police everywhere right now. I've just somehow accidentally avoided them.
Throughout that second week,
This man is stealth
how many
mode.
arrests did we get in total?
Who got arrested?
Jesus.
I got arrested.
You guys missed the Tokyo arrest?
Sasha got arrested 3 times.
The Tokyo police were actually
I have yet to get arrested once.
quite nice
Good.
about it. I think
Let's keep it
the
that way.
Japanese locals all kind of like look after each other.
That's why
As a
keep it
whole.
that
It's
way.
a different culture, it's a different community
I'm
culture
good.
out there. So
No promises.
No, I am good. I am
Many times
solid.
we had to split up and we were hiding in 7-Elevens and sending voice notes trying to work out who had been snatched up.
Do you know where Josh is, or did you guys split up?
We say arrested, but it was a weird one because they'd take you back to like the police station, got you to pretty much apologise.
Right, apology letter.
Yeah.
All about honour and stuff.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know whether they keep the different police stations keep the documents like on the same system or whatever.
That's why I was so scared the day I got arrested twice in one day. It's like, oh, it's going to be on their system. I just did an apology letter. They're like, oh, they're going to know, but they didn't know. So
Yeah, how?
I guess they just don't.
Is it all done
All that technology, they
Yeah.
can't figure out that.
What was the first one?
First one's climbing the roof, second one's flying the drone,
Yeah.
one of the most popular, where Toby and I both got arrested. I remember being in the police station.
Boy, but-
Don't fly,
Just
Jones.
trying to listen
Popular
through what he was
area.
saying. Okay, what story are we going to say?
There was one kind of unseen one where I kind of like slipped away from them. I was doing like a little solo scout. We all kind of like went out when I did some scouting. And I went up onto this kind of office block area and was looking around. Went to then climb down the stairs and then saw like a couple of police officers kind of pointing at me and looking at me. And it was like kind of a cool scene, it's in the rain and stuff. And then like these police kind of in overcoats like running towards me and they were like, "We've seen a very suspicious black man running around on the rooftops. Was this you?" And I was like, "No." And they were like, "Oh, you can go."
they trusted you.
Yeah, I think it's that honour thing.
That's
That's
the honour.
very much trust.
Little do they know.
Man, you broke
British
that trust
people
now,
are
bro.
Honourable.
Pretty much.
Right. FR World Series.
Urban Free Flow, they were one of the first parkour brands in the UK. It started in like 2003, shortly after the Jump London documentary. And they had like a bad rap for a lot of reasons. And Jimmy the Giant made a video on Paul Corkery, aka Easy, about he was kind of like a wretch and kind of like hoarded money and didn't pay like the Urban Free Flow athletes at all.
Which is true.
But yeah, great video, go and watch that. In 2011, they made this video video submission competition, which was way ahead of its time. Like no one else was doing that at that time. Like there was a lot of people taking it seriously, and I guess I was the one that started the joke videos, and then from there the floodgates were open and loads of other people started doing the same, just to kind of like a mockery kind of boycott of Free Flow's competition.
It was the perfect way to share our opinion of it without talking. And I don't think the final results were ever released.
Oh my god.
No, I think we did the final results.
We did.
But with our joke FLR series results, we did like a top 10 of the fake kind of submissions. So there was enough fake submissions to make our own version of it.
And Jason Paul made his own his own joke video on it.
And Josh did as well. So half of us already made joke videos of it.
And in Josh's video, he
so young, bro.
A bald C word. I went to go speak to him just to see what we could get on camera. I was like, do you want to do an interview for Storror, mate? He's like, no, I don't.
You want to do an interview?
I was like, why? That's the joke, man. And he actually tried to swing for me and hit me. And I was like, bro.
UF is already pretty controversial, and like a lot of the core community already kind of discounted them. So I think Alan taking the piss out of the competition, then us doing the like final results, was really like the final nail in the coffin of UF just kind of getting completely like ostracized for the community pretty much.
And of course you got Easy at the end, Drew in the shower cap.
Oh yeah.
Easy did go to prison as well, so
yeah,
we knew he was a bit weird.
Yeah, don't feel bad, he's in prison.
But we got next to him as well. So.
Yeah,
we knew he was a bit weird.
Yeah, don't feel bad.
I
But we got next on the list.
This is probably the most controversial. On a big job, the biggest parkour job ever, in fact. Midway through filming 6 Underground, obviously still keeping the Monday videos going.
So we're filming Monday to Friday for 6 Underground, and the weekend we had to cram it together our energy to make a Monday video. We were training at 6 spot.
Dedication.
Found an abandoned police van. Well, we say abandoned, it was definitely like flat tyres, hadn't been used for a few years.
This one is completely out of use. You can see like 2 flat tyres. Pretty much these police cars are not in use anymore. And it's lined up
trouble for this?
standing.
Yeah, it's still a cop car. They recorded it.
That is a sick pre. What pre?
That was honestly a really sick job.
Yeah, a good pre.
You stuck him though.
If that was a wall, it's like,
Hey, we saw your video.
After we uploaded the video on Monday, a few days later, the kind of like parkour community in Italy and plus some of the media had sort of seen the video and was kind of like, what are they doing, reckless kind of Brits abroad. And then one morning as we wake up before going on set.
Not even as we woke up, I got woken up
Oh, here we go.
police. And somebody from the hotel lets them in the room. It's just like, I'm in bed, police come into my room.
We've been raided by the Rome police in our hotel. Got taken down to the police station in separate cars, put in separate rooms in the police station.
Stole our phones. Never gave them back.
Yeah. People who had worked really hard to build like a positive name around parkour and like to train at spots like these without getting like picked up, and then we come in and UK police fans and stuff. It looks awful. Can't really defend it really.
Fortunately, Michael Bay wasn't too bothered.
Josh, you
Yeah, it's weird. So I don't know what happened in this situation. The police knocked on my door, said, "Is this you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And like, "You come with us?" I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm not doing anything." And then shut the door. And for some reason they just left. So then I went into the set and like
That's an option.
I don't know. Yeah. At that point, everyone on set knew about this whole thing because I think a lot of the stunt guys had seen like the situation going on. And I had to go up to one of the producers and be like, the guys aren't here because this has happened. He's like, "Oh, don't worry, it's okay. This has happened often."
I came back and like rejoined, and Michael Bay like walks past like always in a huff, just like, and he like double takes me. He's like, "You guys in trouble with the police?" I was like, "Yeah, a little bit." And Josh was like, "I got away. They didn't get me." And he was just like, "Good." And then just like sat off on his way. Okay, cool.
On to number 8, 2014.
This is brilliant.
We were
One of our
making
first jobs.
one of our first
ever
legit
doing a
jobs.
job for H&M, right? And
Yes.
this was a lobster circus, and
Well, is that how many sponsors do you guys have? Can we get one? The boys.
Why are you screaming at
Can
them,
the
man?
boys get one? Nah, it got me mad. It got me mad.
What are you mad
It
about?
got me mad. I don't want to be here no more. I just want one sponsor. It could be anything. Vans.
But you don't even deserve it. You haven't even done anything to deserve a sponsorship.
For sure. You know what? I'm done.
You gotta do something original.
Gotta get it. Original. I'm bleeding. That's original.
Go work on the parkour.
Yeah.
This guy wants a sponsorship, but we haven't, worked towards it.
Hey, is that the this is we just have to deal with it, bro. No sponsor for the boys at all. Got it.
You still going on about it, bro?
And the building we were on was H&M building.
So this footage has actually never been seen before. We recently rediscovered this. Yeah.
Got it.
No, for sure. But then we get ads as our sponsor. There we go. Hold on, give me 1 second, Chief and Chiefettes. Alright.
Can we get any ground shots?
They said we could go to the rooftop and do some jumps. They didn't know the scene there, of course.
They were literally like, yeah, maybe just go on the roof and do some stuff, build up some attention in front of the store. They obviously didn't think it through.
And they did not know we were going to do that. Yeah. As soon as we got up onto the roof, you kind of had to go over this railing and then slip down onto these these porches that you could stride across. And I remember the guy working from H&M who had let us on the roof.
But how do you guys just casually run?
Go over this railing
casually running. Zoom! Like if it's a sidewalk.
I remember the guy working from H&M.
Like my brain couldn't process it at first, but then I was like, darn,
these men are
on top of the world, bro. Casually
what
running.
started to happen was as people on Oxford Circus, which is probably the most famous junction in London, people started looking up and watching us. More people started looking up and watching us. Buses and taxis that were going across would then stop and look up because everybody's staring. And basically the whole of Oxford Circus came to a complete standstill.
And then half a dozen police cars turned up.
Yeah, from all the different directions, at once we just see them.
That picture looked like from the 1800s. I was like, I'm looking at it, man. Tell me I'm lying.
Bright colours as well.
I couldn't. I was like, bruh.
If you're asking us to cause a stir, that's what they wanted. It's we're gonna cause a stir.
And people were coming out of the underground, seeing us straight away on the roof, and then just stopping. So it was building up and packing up.
What did happen with the footage?
Nothing in the end. Yeah, I think H&M managed to settle it down.
This is the next one, Storror Supertramps, 2014. This is when I became a wanted man in Italy. What's the building called? I still don't know.
Basilica di San Marco? San Marco Basilica.
The famous square.
We're looking for a place to sleep, let's just put it that way.
Oh my god, was that the motive?
Yeah, it was a good spot.
It was great.
This is off the balcony.
Yeah, the motive. Climbed up the outside bit and managed to get inside the walkways. And when I got in there, I straight away knew that.
A bit too bougie.
Yeah, there was statues sticking out the wall and all that. There was a guy that's walked up beside us who hadn't climbed up. Put his camera down on his tripod and he started taking pictures. I couldn't really gauge the vibe because he wasn't really chatting to us. But the next morning, those photos were just in the newspapers. This man.
It's just
I think when we saw that, we were on a train out of the country. Suddenly felt like we were fleeing.
So sorry, everyone.
Sorry, guys.
And big up for the Italians for not dobbing us in, that didn't know that it was us, and didn't tell the police.
That video is called Storror Supertramps if you want to watch that.
The finale.
Marrakech, Morocco. Me, Max and Drew, filming the second ever POV.
Prior to that POV, we had just had English rooftops. Everyone knows how good English rooftops are.
We thought we could level it up by going to Morocco because the photos it looks incredible. Those roofs are nothing compared to
Yeah.
And we got there and we soon realised that this isn't going to be like English.
There's no way to see whether you can get up or anything stable.
Minimum 3 stories high.
You've got plastic drain pipes and sort of nothing to really climb. We were grinding away, scraping at the barrel of Marrakech rooftops to try and get
how does that even look safe?
Sunday morning, waking up at 6. We were on the final day trying to get our final shot, the escape through the alley. We got up straight away. Someone saw us. I think one of the kids saw us, and they dobbed us in.
As we're running across that ledge, down here in our peripheries, we basically see the family of the house that we're running across the roof of are screaming and running out into the courtyard and basically trying to catch us at the end of our line. So as we come down doing the descent at the end into the alley. They pop out at the end of the alley.
We're like in this alley all of a sudden, blocked by like pedestrians who are screaming in our face. 2 minutes past.
But what are you doing?
All grabbing us. They were just holding us to wait for the police. That's kind of like when we'd kind of given up running away, where he had got both of us, she was screaming, we're like, okay, let's see if we can sort the situation. It just only escalated from there, the people were just more angry.
They managed to get the police to come quite quickly, and then we were taken to a police station in Marrakech.
Compared to India or Rome, that was much better.
We were just basically in a police office for 6 hours.
Yeah, the people who own the building came to the police station, and we apologised to them, and then after that, they kind of like, we're okay. I remember being in the police station, I got my GoPro still with the footage on there. I remember in my pocket, I kind of like unclip it, take out the SD card in the station, and then like kind of like ship it in my sock just to like kind of protect the footage.
We needed it to finish off the video.
Morocco POV, like regardless of how hard it was for them to get it, you should go watch it because it doesn't look like they had any trouble at all.
That's a wrap.
That's it. Yeah.
That's our top 10. Yeah. Right.
Can you think of any controversial moments that we did?
Which one did you think was the most?
These guys are nuts, bro.
Don't demonetize us, please. Thank you.
We're changed.
The competition video from last week. This upload pretty much give us a little bit of time while we're away. Got a bunch more travel content coming over the next few weeks. So yeah, click subscribe, click join as well because there's a lot of stuff that goes on there.
Our London Triangle estate join was brilliant. Just like all the attempts, all angles.
And the third part of the triangle, merch it up, baby.
And also the comments competition that we ran in last week's video. Well done, mate.
Well, I've actually thought of another question. Name the country and the city where the famous next to Parkour comes from.
No, that's a good one.
Winner of that gets a kit.
Oh, it's football home.
What about Wimbledon?
Cheers, you lot.
Alright.
So what have we learned today?
Not to get on roofs, not to fly a drone in Tokyo. Got it. Let me see. Not to get fired and jump off your old building. Got it. What else? I don't know. I forgot the other one.
The point is, you get arrested, or you go to police station for 6+ hours.
And then the best one, don't ever knock over a moped, cause you'll end up in a dog cage.
Or a pole, cause then you'll have like 90 Japanese officers writing every detail of you and every violation you probably did.
Got it. But if you're new to the channel, I'm gonna need you to subscribe. Hit that post notification bell to see me post another video. Like the video if you like the video for the boys. And don't forget to comment down below what video we should react to next. Anything else you want to answer?
The crazy thing is, bro, that's only the top 10. So I can only imagine the other million controversial moments that they have.
You really think it was controversial?
Some of it, yes. Because it ended up on the news. And
no, I'm talking about the parkour moments.
Yo, shout out to Storror. We love you.
Remember, keep it simple. And we'll see you beautiful people in the next one.
But you think this video is controversial? that whistle's controversial, bro. I don't know what you're whistling, bro. I'm out of here. Sheesh.